how is the collaboration process with the choreographer and like versus your vision of how you kind of get that translated across? Like, where does the compromise lie?
You mean like when you, the choreographer, and I,
like
or
when the choreographer wants one thing, but you think you can capture it a better way?
This is, I could just thousands of memories just rush through my head with Tobias and I arguing. They're like, it's not true. You can't do that. You don't understand. That's the rule of 180. We just broke it.
Oh,
no, I mean, no, we don't. we have a really great collaborative process. I mean, that's a huge thing. I think being able to collaborate is the first thing that is like, it's a red flag if you can't. And I haven't come across anybody thus far that I've said no to. Yeah. I've come across people who I won't work with again, maybe. But that's not to say, hey, listen, maybe this is just the hardships of, two people who are extremely passionate and extremely creative, and maybe what we end up producing out of friction would be something great. But sometimes it's just like, that was crazy. It was all crazy, and there was a megalomaniac type mentality to the entire process, and there was no collaboration. Okay. It was it's
their way or the highway.
Yeah, kind of thing. And and I've got no problem being hired in whatever aspect. That's just kind of, I think you asked, what do I label myself as, and whenever I credit myself in anything, especially when it comes to dance, I just do film by. Because the editing's in there, and there's no real definition of necessarily what I did. I could have just been the director of photography, which meant I just handled the camera. That was it. That's all I did. Or I could have technically kind of directed it, and I could have but I don't want to take that away from the creative direction of the choreographer. So I'll just label it all under film by. It's not like a pride thing. Because I think at the end of the day, if you do enough projects and you say, oh, these videos were all good and I'm a part of them, then the lowest common denominator says, okay, Mike's probably the reason why something looked the way it looked. So when it comes to the collaborative process, I'm not so pressed on, having it my way. But I think when it does come to how, two opposing views to a particular situation might happen. Like, for instance, if we're arguing, maybe not arguing, debating, conversing about, could be a shot selection, maybe something simple like that, like how this should be shot or where it should be shot. There's a compromise there. Like, let's just shoot it both ways. We've got time. Maybe we don't have time, but let's just shoot it both ways, because obviously we both will figure it out in post. These are the compromises that on the fly you kind of just have to go and say, there's no point in arguing about it. And the majority of the time you've got dancers who are contributing or volunteering their time for free for these concept videos. So we have to be respectful of everyone's time. But also just kind of making sure that the energy doesn't splay out to it's out of control. We don't know what we're doing. But I think being collaborative is extremely important, and not being so stubborn about, having your point be heard is important to kind of let go of. And then also being demonstrative when that the person across from you isn't being collaborative. Or also just trying to say, this is not a battle I care to win. And at the end of the day, if you want the product to be the way you want it, the end product to be the way you want it to be, then we'll let it be that way. So it's kind of finding that middle ground and understanding the working relationship between yourself and who's standing across from you, and making sure that, there's some sort of balance there, whether it's not balanced or not, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I got you.
It's definitely a process.
So in case you guys haven't noticed, and I hope you did notice, we've been gone for 2 months because we've been on break for the holidays, December and November, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So to make up for it, we're going to do 2 giveaways. We're going to give away 2 of these DanceFam TV shirts.
Oh, snap. What?
That's the back.
Come on.
That's the front. Ooh. Look at that contrast pocket.
You want it.
On the sleeve says DanceFam.
Yeah, but don't worry about that. That's for us. If you're on the podcast listening, it's a white t-shirt, black contrast pocket with our logo on it. And on the back, we have a bigger logo on the back. So if you want it, you got to do 2 things. You have to submit a video for us to review on the next episode that you want us to review. It's going to be a public thing, so you have to be okay with us talking about it and reviewing it. So that's one thing. That's one way to win a shirt. The second way is to submit a personal video that you want us to review. So maybe it's just you freestyling, or maybe it's one of your concept videos, or it's just you dancing in the shower. Please don't let it be you dancing in the shower. It'll be a private one. We'll send you one back. You can either do a video or we can just write something up for you, whatever you prefer. So the way to do those things is to go to dancefam.tv/submit-video. We'll put a link down here somewhere. So check it out. Fill out the form. Let us know if you want it to be public or private or both. That way you can submit it for both and try and get 2 shirts. I doubt you will. To be eligible, you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So that's one way we're going to get something out of this. So just make sure you're subscribed to us on YouTube, youtube.com/dancefamtv. Check it out.